Hi, everybody. Thanks. Yeah, what I'd like to talk about is a little bit different to start off with. I don't know if people are familiar with Joe Rogan, but he commented that if you look at human civilization from space, it looks rather like some sort of mold growing on this beautiful blue and green orb. And in a way, that does make sense. But I would like to say that the way we're behaving now is not even as evolved as fungus. Because fungus tends to actually make its own nutrients and convert things and form symbiotic relationships with other organisms. Our behavior is more like bacteria or a virus, which basically consumes all the resources and reproduces to the point that there are no resources left. So what I would like to propose is that we evolve, choose to evolve to more like a fungus, where we try to actually have a symbiotic relationship with this world that we're living on. And fundamental to that is emulating the way that the organisms use the resources, primarily changing over to from the burning of fossil fuels to using solar energy as our primary resource, and as well as using materials that are congruent with what works with the planet. And the thing is that when we begin to use that model, then we look at the fact that a whole new industries and innovations can spring up as a result of us adopting or emulating nature. But what we see now with the fossil fuel industry dominating the media, dominating our government, and ultimately leading to a 40-year empire provincially, where no other party has a chance to get in because the politics have been drowned in oil money. And essentially, when you look at the amount of campaign signs that are out there and all the continuous propaganda that we're fed all the time, it's no wonder that it's really, really hard for any other party or any other voice to actually make it out there. So that's up to us. It's up to us to actually seek that other voice and to look at it. And luckily, alternative media has given a voice to where people wouldn't normally be voicing. But it also requires us to form to think cooperatively between parties. And I encourage, like, the Green Party is always about collaboration, and would always like to form cooperative efforts between the parties in order so that way we work together, and that we let this alternative voice, alternative is what it's been said to be, but actually it's been shown that in terms of green policy supporting renewable energy, that there was an overwhelming majority of Albertans that would support these things. So that why is that not reflected in the actual policies that we see? And in fact, for myself, I would encourage people to vote for the party that reflects their values, as opposed to voting for what I've heard before, what I've read in previous elections, voting for, well, I think this one has a chance, like voting for the Wild Rose, even though the values that they hold are completely opposite of what the values that people have. So if people vote according to their heart, so I'm not telling who to vote for, but vote for your heart, and we'll actually start to see a reflection of what we really want in the government. That's the only way that we're going to move forward. So, and then we can begin to evolve to something like a fungus. As funny as that is, a kind of a way of putting it, but if we actually understand how a fungus works in the environment, basically none of us would exist, or no plants would exist without a fungus. So that's what I urge you on Earth Day, and I urge you to get out and vote according to your conscience, whoever that may be, and vote according to the individual candidate, not even the party. Look at the individual candidate, what their values are, what they stand for, not how many signs they have, how big their signs are. All that means nothing. In fact, the larger the signs, the more signs they are, that's a clear indication that you shouldn't even vote for them, because there's too much money involved in what they're doing. So thank you very much.